Hey, what's up, beautiful people? Alex James Tice bringing you Wisdom Walker Yoga, 50-minute class titled Attention is a Bridge. And energy goes where attention flows. So in these pivotal times, may you continually deepen into your ability to expand your focus into clarity and precision, and continue walking your noble path so that you can rise and shine on the lifting tides where all of humanity who joins the freedom frequencies are triumphant. So without further ado, see you in the practice. Love eternal. All right, beautiful. Good morning, everyone. Happy to enjoy another sweet, sacred yoga flow. Which again is just going to open up so many portals and windows and space and time, right, to unlock our potential and expand ourselves through into the greatest unfoldment of our joy, right, of living our life. So as we come into this first yoga space, right, maybe devices quieted, right, remove distractions as best as able. Nice, spacious place for you to, just have your own zone. And of course, your yoga mat is rolled out and you are climbing on top of your magic carpet, the yoga mat, to start to embark on this inward journey to move your energy, your consciousness, right, your body, your mind, your heart, all into alignment with spirit. So as we come into this space, as you settle into your first yoga pose, just come into wherever is going to ground you the best and most effectively. You may feel like you need to literally lay out on your back and let it all go. Maybe a seated position works really well, sit bones grounded, spine tall, or perhaps you can come right into a child's pose. Now, any of these are going to be perfect entry points, just like a diver right off the high dive, lining right up and coming right into the water. Little splash, perfect entry. Any of these grounding positions are beautiful. So we'll lead with a seated position today with the narrative. And as the sit bones ground down, right, sitting with legs loose lotus, feel the heart lift and just draw your spine to attention. And really anything that you focus on, you're drawing to attention, because attention is the awareness and the focus, and you are bringing something closer to you because of the connection of awareness. So as we focus on our posture and our body, it's going to really open up a lot of spaces that the mind and the mental chatter is distracting us from. And the most important stuff is the simple stuff that is right here in the presence of being. And what is more part of your being than, the body that lives in the now moment? It doesn't understand the concept of time is just here, every heartbeat for you. So just scan your body, spine nice and tall. And of course, as the spine's lengthened out, feel how you're rooted down as well. So right beneath you, the body supported, there's a sensation of security and stillness. And then there's the elevation and lift of the spine. Shoulders can release. And scan your facial muscles. Make sure that you wash them smooth. So any residual tension from, inner stress that might be subconscious, you can cleanse it out with the facial muscles and your postural muscles. And as we do a little body reset with that scan right here, you can scan inward past the muscles deep inside, and you can see the rhythm of the breath, because we're always breathing, but we may not always be aware of it. And please notice how now your attention is focused on the breath and the connection, because your attention is going to something means you're deepening into a connection there. What you focus on expands. So as we see our breath, the attention dialed in, just notice where the breath is landing. And if the breath is a little shallow, please start to deepen it and open the inner chambers of the flow of your life force and your vitality currents. Breathe past the belly button down into the hips, really wash the floor of the pelvic basin. Stretch all the inner spaces and let out the exhales, releasing smooth like an Ujjayi breath, HA, across the back of the throat, like you're fogging glass. Just continue with these inhalations and exhalations and start to feel and sense the cultivation of the inner rhythm. And this is one of your engines that really brings a life force and a vital power. through all the shapes, through the mind, through the body, through the emotions. Now, if you'd like to take a little spinal twist, we can hand walk across opposite knee, so left hand to right knee, right hand gently behind you, propping up an extra base. Spine's still the center, it's tall. And as you reach up tall through the crown of the head, shoulder blades are just lightly back down middle spine, peering over that right shoulder and still breathing that nice, smooth, deep breath, right? The breath is still deep because we're reaching for significance, we're reaching for our depth. And if those who breathe deeply live deeply, it's a simple law and rule of creation. So let's take one more inhale. Easily exhale, glide on back to middle, and we'll cross over other side. So right hand can reach across midline to left knee, left arm can anchor behind tailbone. As the heart lifts, position the shoulders lightly behind the spine to the middle of the back, and crown head lifts tall, and just gaze all the way over the left shoulder, and take a few more deep breaths. Breathe all the way down, live deeply as you breathe deeply. We'll take one more inhale. Easy exhale all the way back to middle. As we come back to middle, feel the sweet center about everything is harmonized because you're in that middle zone, right, where everything meets. This is a wonderful place to set an intention for our yoga practice. So whatever keys you into your higher power, to your alignment, to what you need, right, how does yoga show up for you? Right, find the space and set the intention for that authenticity of that power. All right, beautiful. With the intention set, the breath deep, and the body ready, we're ready to continue. So let's just shift it over gently to a tabletop. See if you can take your body and glide it so there's no, jostling or moving around without the element of smooth silk and grace. Right? We always want to float with eloquence and have that smooth passage through life. And how we move our body really shows how we're positioning our mind streams. So as we come out to tabletop, four on the floor, shoulders over wrists. Spread those fingers nice and wide and push the palms into the earth. And then let's take a couple cow-cat tilts. Sternum draws to earth, shoulder blades squeeze behind. Let's look up, inhale. Shoulder blades part, top of back to sky, arcing through the exhale. And back and forth we go. Inhalation to exhalation. Undulating the spine down and up like a rainbow bridge and opening out the whole vertebral passage. Right, again, the joints of the vertebrae set the tone for the rest of the body. Right, the inner unit is the foundation of the outer unit. And if you have a really healthy spine, that health is going to extend out to the extremities. Just like if you have really healthy core values, the rest of your life and all the compartments are going to be built off of the quality of your character. Awesome. After the last one of these cow-cat tilts, level out. Here comes a couple hip circles. So from tabletop, take your hips, circle them all the way off to the right, draw them down by the heels behind you, and then pull them up through the left, slightly going forward to the middle, and take a few more of these. Just keep circumnavigating these hip spirals, and you're going to open out extra spaces in knees, hips, lower back, middle spine, shoulders, wrists, right? A lot of spaces. And then, of course, switch it up when you're ready. Counter spiral the rotation, just pull it all the way through in the opposite direction. And notice how you're getting both of the spirals now. You're becoming comfortable from different angles. So you have that versatility of approach and that fullness of being, like a Renaissance quality. And then beautiful, is level out of this last one, tabletop. One more grounded tabletop position. We're going to stretch the right leg out behind us and float it in the air. And then pushing through your left arm as a base, start to hover the right arm to sky. So it's right leg and right arm to sky. So you're on that side balance. And as you raise the right leg parallel to earth, take your right hand and reach it forward where the crown of your head is extending to create a really nice sideline horizon. Now we're going to take one more big inhale here. And then bend your right leg back behind your glutes and grab it with your right hand on the exhale. And when you have that nice hand-foot grab, lightly push through your left arm as the base to keep the shoulder open, and then kick through your right hand with your right foot and add that inner bow tension. As you open out the space, hip and shoulder on right side are getting it. So big inhale. Gently release with control, tabletop on the exhale. Simple shift, other side. Round down through the right leg and right arm. Extend the left leg in the air behind you and roll the left ribs and left arm to sky as you balance on right side body. Make sure you lift the left leg parallel and extend it out. And then take your left arm and reach it forward to where crown of head is extending. Give it a big inhale here. And then on the exhale, bend the left leg back and grab it with your left hand behind your left glute. There's your half bow on the side balance. So keep your base strong, right arm presses through earth. Kick through the left hand foot grip and feel the left psoas and the left pec minor and shoulder open out. One more big inhale, fill yourself up. And then exhale with control, release, hand knee to ground, tabletop. Tuck the toes behind you. Let's flip the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Awesome. Fingers spread wide. Foundation, right? Push the hands into the earth. You can feel what's holding your body weight up, right? That's your foundation, and it's your upper body in this yoga position. So fingers are spread wide. Grab the real estate of your earth underneath you. Grab your land, your space, your grounding zone, expansion. Push through. Dig the roots in. And then keep lifting those hips high, high, high. And let your head and neck relax to the point where you can gaze between your knees, right? And the head's just like a granite boulder, just hanging nice and loose and light, and drawing plenty of space through the cervical neck bridge, which is the bridge between, brain and heart, right? Mind and body. All right, beautiful. Pedal your dog out if you want to bend one knee, straighten other leg. All right, and quality time in down dog. Deep breaths and encouraging the angles, right? We're never forcing, but we can keep lifting the hips up and back progressively, and every time we cycle through positions, they're going to add to each other, and the body's just going to get more open. The energy is going to flow more and more. All right, from down dog, let's inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, exhale, travel feet top of mat. Come right into a forward fold. So if the feet come together, you can bend the knees and hinge the hips and just torso melts all the way forward. If you want to open your feet wide, if you're really tight, send your feet to the edge of your yoga mat and get a wider stance. You're going to feel out what's appropriate for you, and then just let your spine fully let go, right? Releasing the spine muscularly and letting it just soften with gravity is very, very impactful to how you position your psyche, right? A lot of people are very headstrong and they hold unyielding tension. And sometimes it's really good to hold a space, but not when the space is constrictive and it's not supporting your growth. So here you are, letting things go and letting them flow. And a lot of the extra tension is really a protective mechanism, right? To protect our inner hurts and trauma. So a lot of this yoga positions, it may be good for the muscles and stuff, but you're also engaging on an energy practice with yourself to help shift and move things that are deep inside. All right, beautiful. Let's come into our first halfway flat back. Hands to shins, heart forward. As the tailbone extends backwards, heart extends forward. Press your hands into the shins. Press the arms straight and roll the shoulder blades back and create a nice horizon through the spine. Now from this long length, take one more inhale through the nose deep into the body. And then exhale, bow and melt it all the way low. Beautiful. Reverse swan dive. Let's roll it to sky. We're going to build ourselves all the way up tall. Inhale. Hands can sweep up to the heavens at the top of the breath. And then to our right, T-twist on the exhale. Spiral out, look down those right fingertips, and just pause for a couple of breaths, feeling how you're extending out through the arms, but you're still lifting the heart up so you have your height and the horizontal length. Now on the next inhale, circle back up sky high. Same thing, spiral to the left this time on the exhale. Hold for a couple of breaths and feel your feet pushing into the ground, planted and rooted, and the heart's lifting while the arms still reach out on the horizon, so you're cultivating 4 direction points. Beautiful. Inhale back to sky high lift, and let's lean it back. And then exhale, swan dive, forward fold, all the way low, cascade that body down. Inhale, halfway lift, extend the spine. And then exhale, plant the hands. We're gonna step it back to high plank. Nice and smooth from upper push-up. Let's just take one more inhale to set. And then on the exhale, let's lower either knees or toes to ground, all the way down. Release the feet at the bottom, press the toes into the ground, and then scoop the chest forward and up, cobra or up dog or sphinx. And as you take that rise, one more inhale. And then on the exhale, either press it back, child's pose, or downward facing dog, wherever you want to come on back into. And just notice how the body settles through, right? Wherever we're coming from, whether we're waking up and kind of rising the body out of sleep mode and kind of setting the joints in the morning. Maybe this is a mid-afternoon practice for you. You're taking a little break from work, decompressing, right? Downshifting the mind for a moment, right? Or maybe it's just like an evening practice and you're kind of unpacking the day. So we're basically looking at where we're at energetically. We see the patterns of our life and what we've just gone through. And then we're just kind of purifying out all those wrinkles, all those spaces that just kind of got stuck together. So we get that seamless flow again. All right, so call to mind that intention that you set at the beginning of your yoga practice. And with this in your awareness again, let's float it all the way up to tabletop. We'll tuck our toes and we'll come all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Now remember what we said about attention earlier, right? It's a bridge, and so it's your connection. So you focus on things, and if you focus and aim for quality of focus, then you're going to build a really quality life because you're drawing into and building a connection with that which you're focusing upon. It's our power as manifestation, creation beings, right? We're conscious co-creators. All right, let's take some sun salutations. We're going to link the breath and the body together. So let's take an inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, exhale, travel feet, top of mat. Breathe into a halfway flat back on the inhale. Bow low, soften, exhale. Reverse swan dive, sweep it up to sky, big reach, top of inhale. To your right, T-twist, spiral out, wide open, exhale. Fly it back, sky high, inhale. Glide it left, T-twist, exhale. Breathe it back up to upward salute and lean it back. Exhale, swan dive all the way low, forward down. Halfway flat back, inhale. Plant the hands, we'll step it on back. High plank, strong core, exhale, low plank, vinyasa style. From the low point, rise the heart, cobra, up dog, in breath. Tuck the toes, hips back, downward facing dog, out breath. 2 more to go. Hips high, let's lift the heels, inhale. Bend the knees, exhale, travel top of mat. Halfway flat back, pulling the spine to length. Exhale, softening low with the release. Inhale, reverse swan dive, building yourself tall with height. To the right, exhale, T-twist, spiral ride, claiming your space. Inhale, fly it back to high center. Exhale, flying off to left, balancing their space. Inhale, center back high, rise and lean back. Swan dive, forward fold, exhale, wash it through. Halfway flat back, remembering the middle. Plant the hands, exhale, step it back. Feel your strength as you exhale, lowering through. Rise from the earth, love that rising energy. Inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips back, downward facing, and 1 more to go. Inhale, lift heels, bend knees, exhale, travel feet, top of mat. Halfway flat back to lengthen. Exhale, bow low to soften. Reverse swan dive, build yourself tall, reaching high. Inhale, to your right, exhale, T-twist, spiral wide. Inhale, fly upward salute. Exhale, spiral left. Inhale, breathe it to high center and lean it back, and swan dive, cascade low. Halfway flat back, feel the length. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Vinyasa, strength and control. Scoop the chest, cobra, electrify the spine, inhale. And then either child's pose or downward facing dog, and settle in to a space to breathe and feel and observe on the exhale. And notice how you can land into these moments in time as the observer, right? Because the mind and the emotional body can really get charged and they can almost overpower the moment. And you can turn a conscious moment into an unconscious moment. And so we want to be really connected. So that means we're going to be very present and conscious in our highest connection. And that's the best way to navigate through energies, because we all have to clear energy, right? We all have to process stuff. And so there's a way to do it, to move the heavy stuff out. And the way to do it is to stay in authenticity as spirit, your noble self, all right? Pure, non-judgmental, right? Eternally loving consciousness, right? Love is always the answer. And all the mystics on the noble path embodied this divine truth. And everything that's holy in our life, or that we have value, right? That we value, carries this core truth. It's like a living life force inside. All right, when you're ready, let's come all the way up and back, downward facing dog. We got to open up some more shapes. So with those hips nice and high, let's take our right leg to sky, give it a big breath, down dog split. And then on the exhale, step the right leg through top of mat. Let's soften left knee down for a brief moment and release the left toes. Find our kneeling lunge. Great for balance as hands sail to sky. Start to lunge into the right leg and push the left hip open, just a great hip flexor opener. Again, one of the muscles that just needs adjustment, right? It needs addressing. Take an inhale up high. Let's go to the right T-twist on the exhale. So just see if you can spiral the spine open from kneeling position. Gaze down the right fingertips, expand the space. And then inhale, circle right arm all the way back up high. And then exhale, hands to earth. Beautiful. Tuck the back left toes, lift the left knee, spin your back left foot flat, and then take your right arm inside of the right leg. So right hand's inside of right foot, right shoulder's inside of right knee. And then spiral left ribs and left arm to sky. And let's find a nice inside hip space. So sit right into that right leg as you push that back left foot down and away. Right, try to really drive the lunge open from both leg lines. And then feel that left arm sky high. Reach it all the way up north. One more inhale. And then send left hand to earth, exhale. Beautiful. Now take your right arm, walk it outside of the right leg. Look at your back left foot and scooch it up about a foot. And then with that foot spun flat, push your hips back and straighten the right leg. Let's take a little head to knee pyramid pose stretch and just melt all the way over that front right leg. Again, see what you can soften. Notice the body zones that you're entering into and you're penetrating with new energy, washing them out the old, bringing in the new. Kind of like a sacred rebirth. All right, beautiful. We are going to gently bend into the right knee here. Take your left foot, slide it back so you open the lunge and come onto your back left toes. So we're in a low runner's lunge. And now let's lift up into high crescent. So torso is going to raise, arms to sky. Good. Settle into that right lunge. Start to feel your space, right? Shoulder blades are gently down the back, but the fingers are up to sky. All right. And sitting into the lunge, reaching hands high. Let's take one inhale. Let's go hands prayer, exhale. Now power of 3, we're going to straighten forward leg, inhale, hands to sky. Hands to prayer, exhale, come back to that low lunge. Good, 2 more, inhale, float up, big breath high. Exhale, prayer lunge, centering in. And 1 more, nice big breath. All right, hands to prayer on the exhale. We're going to lean forward on the inhale with the torso. Exhale, prayer twist. Left elbow crosses right thigh. Now, as you come into prayer twist, push through the left toes behind you and lift your back heel to sky, and that should shift you deeper forward into lunge, into that right leg. And then turn your sternum to your thumbs. Maybe start to gaze to sky and see if you can spiral right through the core of your spine. Take 1 more inhale here. Hands to earth, exhale. Stepping on back, high plank. Should feel good to let the right leg lengthen. Coming to upper push-up, take an inhale to set. And then let's lower, exhale, either chaturanga halfway, or you can lower all the way, vinyasa. Release the feet, cobra, up dog, inhale. And then tuck the toes, hips back, downward facing dog, exhale. How wide are your fingers spread? Are you pressing hands through earth consciously, feeling your grounded root, right? Attention. Everything that can bring you into the present moment is a portal into empowerment. So we can use our attention to focus on things that tune us into the eternal present now moment. And remember, we're even beyond attention when you study yourself and consciousness, because attention is a ray that comes from the seer, right? Your line of attention, your focus. So who is the one who is focusing? Who is the one that is directing the attention? Because you can shift attention. So who are you at the power of that core central space? Remember, as Rumi said, the seer that cannot be seen. All right, we're going to come into the other side. Left leg, breathe it up to sky. Down dog split, inhale. Step left leg through top of mat, exhale. We're going to soften the right knee down behind us for a brief moment. Release the right toes. Here comes a kneeling lunge. So raise torso, arms to sky. Start to press the hips forward to open out the right hip flexor. And reach those arms nice and high. Big lift to sky. Take another inhale through the fingertips high. To the left, T-twist. Exhale, spiral out. See if you can open out your lines and really reach to the back left arm and gaze all the way past those back left fingertips if you can. Now on the next inhale, circle left arm forward, nice big breath, hands high. And then hands to earth on the exhale, ground them down, parting the front leg. Tuck the right toes, lift the right knee behind you, spin the back right foot flat, and then take your left hand and work it inside of the left leg. So left shoulder's inside of the left knee. Start to spiral right ribs and right arm open to sky for a nice inside hip twist. And see if you can lunge into your left leg and drive through the back right leg, activating the leg lines, really rooting down consciously. Now we always root to rise. So we're rooting down, but we got that high arm. So reach your right arm up. Take another big gaze upward, big inhale. And then right hand to earth on the exhale. Now your left arm is going to come back outside of the left foot to the pinky side toe. And then you're going to look at your right foot and scooch it up about a foot. Foot is spun flat, and then we'll press the hips back so left leg lengthens, and we're going to melt all the way over left leg, head to knee, a pyramid style pose. See what you can soften. Again, let go. You become a self-aware master of self. So if your shoulders carry lots of tension, right, your breath tends to shorten, you can pick up on these tendencies and you can reset them and reprogram them by repeating positive patterns in your divine reconditioning right here. All right, beautiful. We're going to bend forward into left knee, and then we're going to float and step that right leg back a little bit. So we come into a low lunge position on the right toes behind us, and then rise up to high crescent on the inhale. Torso lifts, arms to sky. Hips are squared forward, settle into the lunge. Beautiful. And let's reach the hands high on an inhale. Hands prayer, exhale. Good. Power of 3. Straighten front leg, hands to sky, inhale. Hands prayer, exhale. Good. And 2 more. Big breath up, float them high. Exhale, return prayer lunge center. And 1 more. Big breath. Collect the oxygen, inhale. Send the energy to heart center, prayer, exhale. Lean forward with the torso, inhale. And then prayer twist over the left thigh. So right elbow crosses left thigh on the exhale. Now we want to lunge forward a bit more. So push your right toes into the ground and lift your back right heel up to sky. And that should shift you into that left leg more powerfully. And then start to open out the spiral. So turn your heart to your thumbs. And then gaze to sky. And feel the lines that are getting the energization. You're bringing life and life force and consciousness to these zones. So 1 more inhale. Hands to earth, exhale, and step left leg back. Should feel good to lengthen it out. Take an inhale to set upward push-up. Exhale, lower vinyasa. Cobra up dog. Scoop the chest, ride the spine up, inhale. Either child's pose or downward facing dog on the exhale. As you come back in, feel the settle, the space, right, the expansion. Notice how, again, this is a journey inward. We have not left the yoga mat, but we have expanded into so many domains and spaces. We've moved through so many layers, right, and we've processed so much already, right? And that's the power of being empathic and consciousness and feeling life on the energetic level, right, the non-physical level. Because honestly, the non-physical is the space that the physical manifests from. And even scientifically, if we look at a physical object with more and more sophisticated instrumentation, that object will become less and less physical. Right? You come into the atoms, and then all of a sudden you look inside of an atom, and there's so much space. It's like a vacuum, right? There's really nothing physical about an atom, right? So very, very interesting when you start to move through these spaces. And remember, right, the deepest part of you is spirit, right, the seer that cannot be seen. And that's where we direct all of our attention and energy flows from our eternal core of consciousness. which is an immutable space that can never be afflicted. It's always healed in an immaculated perfection that's also forever expanding, because we're infinite potential and our true nature is joy. So we can infinitely create new expressions of joy, which is why being alive right now in this moment is the greatest gift. So call to mind the intention that you set at the beginning of your yoga practice, and let's float it all the way up and back, downward facing dog. We got so much more ground to cover. All right, beautiful. From down dog, let's take our right leg to sky. Nice big breath up. Let's go right knee, right tricep. Exhale, little squeeze, feel the core activate. And then right leg back to sky, inhale. Right knee, left tricep, exhale, little core squeeze. Beautiful, back to sky, big breath up. Step your right leg through top of that exhale. Spin the back left foot flat, warrior number 2. Arms span the horizon, forward and backwards. Take your right toes, point them forward. Look at your back left foot. Make sure the outer blade of left foot is spun parallel to back edge mat. Now as you sit into your right leg, feel where your left hip is and make sure you pull your left hip back so hips and shoulders are squared off to your left side yoga mat. And as the body's squared off to the side, turn your gaze forward down the front right fingertips. And then notice how you have that beautiful forward perseverance, right? Like a river. It just goes to the ocean, right? And that's what we're doing. We're going towards our noble goals and the healing at 1 minute. Let's take our right forearm to thigh, left arm to sky, extended side angle. Now the left arm can maintain height vertical, or if you want to keep extending it through for a 45-degree angle, push through your left foot as you reach your left arm forward, up and away. And maybe turn your pinky side hand to the ground and turn your thumb side hand to sky. So your palm is kind of facing, behind you. And that'll kind of open up some more shoulder space. Beautiful. All right, on the next inhale, float it back, warrior 2. Stay low in that forward right leg and turn right palm to sky. We're going to come up and back, peaceful warrior. Beautiful side bend. Sit into the right leg and let the ribs open. And see if you can feel the rising lift through the spine, arcing up and then to the back. But then let any shoulder tension or anything that's not functional, right? Any stress or dissonance, see if you can just release it. Because anything that we're experiencing, a part of us is holding it. And typically, the part of us that's holding it is somewhere rooted in an unconscious program. And so when we work with our body consciously and we bring our attention to the body, we can actually start to do the subconscious work while in a conscious 3D mental body state. So let's take one more inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. Let's straighten the forward right leg. Now take your right toes, point them to left side mat so feet are parallel. We got a wide straddle stretch beneath us. Arms are horizontal, palms to sky. Let's lean back, inhale. And then exhale, swan dive right into Pasarita as we forward fold over wide straddle stretch legs. Beautiful. Just take a few breaths right here. Push the feet into the ground. Press the knees back so that the back sides of the legs straighten. And lift the hips high. Hands can be under shoulders, elbows can be bent. Soften down, crown of head to earth. And again, it's all about release, all about letting go. How's your breath? You still breathing your breath? Nice and deep. Letting it flow. And that's how you grow. Beautiful. We're going to shift this into a Skandasana side lunge. So just walk out to your double kickstand arms and then look to your left foot and pull the left heel in as you point the left toes away, and then start to squat your hips towards the left heel as the right leg lengthens straight. So most of your weight's over to that left side leg and the right leg's nice and long, and you rotate it onto your right heel so the right toes are pointed to the sky. Now hands can either be grounded on earth for support, or hands can be prayer if you want to do the full leg balance. And then as you shifted your body from one position now into this new position, did you maintain connection with your breath? Did you bring your deep, authentic breath with you through the moment in time? because it's very symbolic. Everything we do in life, we're transitioning from one space to another, and we can easily go unconscious. We want to really take account of what's important and valuable, and then just carry those patterns with us consistently. Just like, the practice of gratitude, right? Very important. If you have gratitude, all the doorways stay open. Your energy stays balanced because it's a natural reciprocity of energy. All right, beautiful. We're going to take our hands. We're going to walk it all the way to the right foot now. So point your right toes forward as you stroll and hand walk to the front of the mat. Turn on the left leg, so you're on the left toes. And as we bend into the right knee, walk your hands in front of the right foot and float the left leg into the air. Nice little tripod. All right, so we're going to stay on the right leg, and we're going to bring that left knee into the core. And so see if you can keep the knee in your core, maybe hug it and rise up on a balance on just the right leg as you come to standing. And you pull the left knee in front of you. Beautiful. Shoulders are back, crown ahead to sky. Press the right leg straight as you push foot through earth. Now, we're going to take our left hand to our left knee and open the left knee off to the left side, and then extend your right arm off to the right side. So we come into a nice open hip single leg balance. Are you still driving your right foot into the earth and lifting your heart? And can you gently squeeze your shoulder blades behind you to feel a little bit of that thoracic activity? Beautiful. Next position is going to be warrior 3. So let's circle left leg back forward, grabbing it with both hands, and then float your arms to sky. Push through foot as you reach through fingers. Take an inhale. On the exhale, left leg's going to drive behind you as you lean forward. Arms can open out horizontal. They can come behind you or reach forward for any warrior 3 arm position. Do your best to bring the back left leg parallel to earth, so you got to lean forward. But if that's too deep, make it more shallow. Find the right angle of approach and extend your lines so you have very strong lines. All right, you don't want the leg or arms to feel like limp noodles. You want to feel the strength coursing through them for full circuitry. Beautiful. All right, left foot next to right foot. Stand tall, hands circle high. In breath and lean back. Exhale, swan dive forward fold, wash it low. Halfway flat back, inhale. Plant the hands, step it back to high plank. Let's pause here. We're going to grab one side plank. So balancing on left side body, open right arm to sky. Feet are stacked. Lift your hips up, up, and away. Breathe in. Again, feel the fortitude of supporting yourself with your own strength, which is super efficacy and inner confidence unmatched. Big inhale. Right hand to earth. Exhale, high to low plank vinyasa. Wash it through. Cobra up dog, inhale. Child's pose or downward facing dog, exhale. Feel your space. Breathe into the body. And let the inhalations and the exhalations renew your energy and restore you into a higher encryption than before you started. Because that's the little secret the universe does, is wherever you are, if you do something positive, right, and you give, well, you send energy out. So maybe for a brief moment in linear perception, you have less energy. But once negative space is created, right, just like if you move water away, right, and you move your hand through the ocean, you move water molecules aside, but then other molecules come and fill the place. So as we are giving in these very positive ways, we actually are drawing back in higher quantum and a little bit more, because that's how the universe works in its infinite expansion. All right, it's very abundant, very prosperous, and eternally loving. A great mantra is, I live in a safe and protected, loving universe. And there's full truth in this statement. All right, beautiful. Let's come all the way up and back, downward facing dog. All right, we got the other side coming our way. So let's take our left leg to sky, big breath up, inhale. And then on the exhale, left knee, left tricep, squeeze it in, feel your core. Beautiful, inhale, left leg back to sky. Left knee, right tricep, exhale, squeeze it in. Beautiful, inhale, left leg back, high reach. Exhale, step left leg through top of mat. Spin the back right foot flat, warrior number 2. As the arms float out on the horizon above, ground your foundation, left toes, point them forward. Back right foot, spawn parallel, back edge mat. Lunge into left leg, pull your right hip and shoulder back, squared off the right side mat, and then gaze down those front left fingertips. How's your breath? Did you carry the breath consciously through the transition of past pose to now? Because really, as many little moments as we could, chop this into, right? It's really just one moment rolling into itself. And all we've done is just deepen into consciousness and rising higher and higher. Just like if you look at something and you're really close to it, it seems bigger. And when you get further away, it seems smaller. So when you go inward into consciousness, you actually surround more reality and you really deepen into your power. Let's go extended side angle. Left forearm to thigh, right arm to sky. Reach it up and point that arm all the way forward. Push through your right foot. Reach through the right fingertips. Breathe. Fill your body with the breath and notice how every shape creates a new space that can be amplified a little bit more directly. So you can charge your body flows and your energy grids in a very sacred way. All right, inhale, let's pull it all the way back up. Warrior 2, left palm to sky, peaceful warrior. All right, sit low into left leg, side bend through left side body, arcing up through left arm. And do a scan and make sure that there's no tension, you're not harboring anything, you're using functional strength, so muscles are flexing, but there's no squeeze of shoulders, right, shortness of breath. Because a lot of that stuff is, again, subconscious residue or holding patterns that are kind of in your psyche. So one more inhale, warrior 2, exhale. Beautiful, straighten the forward left leg and turn left toes to right side yoga mat, feet are parallel. Take a lean back inhale, swan dive, wide stretch forward, exhale. Beautiful, come all the way into Pasarita, melt it down. Just push feet into earth, press knees back straight, lift hips sky high, and then the torso can melt forward, crown ahead to earth. Another beautiful moment of surrender, right? Some of the poses teaches us to hold with endurance. Some of the poses teach us to just let it flow and embrace the release. And they're perfectly balanced together, and we're always dancing between them. But on an even deeper level, they're always working simultaneously, right? Just like we all have estrogen and testosterone, right? It's sun and moon at the same time, always. All right, beautiful. Let's come out to our halfway lift. Take a little look at your right foot and pull the right heel in as we come into Skandasana. Point the right toes away and squat your hips towards the right leg. Now left leg will lengthen as most of your weight is shifted to right side lunge. And we're left heel pivoted so the left toes point to sky. I'll take a few breaths here. See if you can settle into the space and deliver that breath nice and consciously and deeply. Beautiful. All right, take your hands, start to walk all the way to the left foot as you point your left toes forward. Turn on the right toes so we're in that lunge. And then start to lean it forward and walk your hands in front of left foot. Right leg floats into air, little tripod base. Right leg parallel to ground, take an inhale. Squeeze your right knee into your core on the exhale. And if you can hold your right knee with your right hand and then raise up, just balancing on the left leg, come to vertical, hugging that right knee all the way to standing. Shoulders relax back. Take your right hand and right knee and open right knee off to the right. Left arm extends off to the left, like you're stopping traffic. Beautiful. Breathe in a few spaces. Drive through left foot, heart lifts. Shoulder blades squeeze back. Just be aware of all your power zone postural points. And then beautiful, take your right knee back forward. Leave it floating there and send your hands to sky, upward reach. Drive through your left foot as you reach upward, big inhale. And then extend your right leg behind you as you exhale, lean forward, warrior 3. Beautiful. Kick back through that right heel till you feel your right glute activate. Shoulder blades squeeze together. And the breath just flowing. Same breath, right? Carrying it deeply and consciously from moment to moment. Making your life a moving meditation. You become a walking, living, breathing prayer. Beautiful. Right foot next to left foot. Stand tall, hand circle sky high. Inhale up. Exhale, wash your body, swan dive it low. Halfway flat back, inhale. Plant the hands, step it back, high plank, pause here, upper push-up on the exhale. Let's go side plank, left arm to sky now. Balance on right side body. Lift the hips up, up, and away. Float the left arm all the way to sky. Take one more inhale, big reach up. Left hand to earth, exhale, high to low plank, vinyasa, glide it through. Cobra up dog, breath flows, inhale. Hips back, downward facing dog, exhale. We're coming right into pigeon pose. So let's take our right leg to sky, big breath up, inhale. Right leg, wrap it under and through pigeon pose, exhale. Straight through back left toes, long through left leg. Settle your body down. Come right into a forward release. Pigeon pose, meet the earth, level out on the plane, ground down and immerse into release. And notice how this is an energy, right? The essence of letting go is an energetic reality, and that lets things flow. Because time's always moving forward, consciousness is always expanding. As we melt right here, we're allowing ourselves to grow into the greater version of ourselves. Because that's divine destiny. And that's the ever-expanding joy. And our destiny is to embody the ever-expanding joy. All right, beautiful. Let's bring the hands under the shoulders when you're ready. Float the torso up, inhale. Tuck back left toes, float out, back to down dog, exhale. Other side, when you're ready, left leg, inhale, breathe it up. Wrap left leg under and through. Long and straight through back right toes. Walk it back and melt the hips down. Let's just come all the way forward. Same yoga position, but other half side body. Right? Just like you look at a beautiful nature view like an ocean with two eyes. Right? Maybe one of those eyes is dominant, one of the eyes is non-dominant. But anything that is, dominant is just getting more focus, right? So you can fully see the world through both eyes. In between every two, there's always just one. And that's that full at-one-ment, that harmony space, unification with the divine. Right? Because at every end of the continuum, right, the two polarities, you can draw a straight line between them. So they're as different as they seem, like hot and cold. They're literally the same thing, right? Because hot and cold are still just temperature. So we can play with duality in a loving way, but we can remain as the primary experience of oneness. And that's what all the ancient mystical paths spoke of, right? That we're all brothers and sisters, and we're all family. We're all related. We're all spirit. And we're all merging back into the eternal love of ultimate harmony. All right, beautiful. Let's come on out of this. Hands under shoulders. We're going to circle the right leg behind. We're just going to roll all the way onto our back. Come into classic knee hug. Let the spine meet the earth. Feel the supine position, nice decompression, organ shift. Organs rest on body. And let's just float legs to sky. Nice happy baby pose, shoulder stand, bow pose, or anything else. But if you're in happy baby pose, bend the knees off the side ribs, grab feet, rock around. yourself be for a few breaths. When you are ready for Shavasana, bring the knees back in. Classic knee hug, squeeze head towards knees, little ball inhale. And then release, arms and legs melt all the way out low on the exhale. Very good job. Just easily, steadily start to breathe yourself back in the body. Wiggling fingers and tips, circling wrists and ankles. Stretching out through arms and legs, nice and long. Couple deep breaths, full body inhale. And always come on back to classic knee hug. Maybe rolling off to right side fetal position. Or just lovingly pressing yourself upright, come into a smooth seated. No rush, just taking your time, landing it. Notice how we're full circle with the whole journey of the yogic evolution and all the growth and rebirth and renewal now emanating through us. Deeper identity already coming through. So as you're rooted down, seated, spine tall, let's take 3 centering breaths just to breathe into the new reality. So inhale, hands to the sky. Heart center prayer, exhale. A few more breaths if you like. And one more. Hands prayer in front of heart. We'll close with 3 sacred Om, AUM. If you'd like to join in, please draw an inhale in now. Beautiful. Please let your thumbs rise up to your forehead, prayer hands in front of your now diamond mind, as a final reminder of the one who's always witnessing, which is you as pure, eternal consciousness. So way behind the thoughts of your mind and way behind the emotions of your body, at the core center of yourself, there's eternal stillness, peace, and clarity, which is you in your natural state. In this space, call to mind the intention that you set at the beginning of your yoga practice, noticing that you fully merged with this intention and you're now shining brighter, not only lighting the way for yourself brighter, but also shining the way brighter for all others as we're all walking each other home. With this sacred awareness and connection, take an inhale, bowing gratitude, reverent respect, and anything else that comes to you on the exhale. Rising back on the inhale, hand settle, heart center, prayer, exhale. You fully merge with your breath, taking an inhale, breathing, feeling your peaceful power. On the exhale, you easily release, carrying with you your peaceful power for the rest of the day and the days to come. Namaste.